I was asked if I could go visit the ETs that Bashar is connecting with and then share what is their feedback here as far as first contact or open contact goes, and see if I pick up on anything a little bit differently. I think it sounds like fun. So I'm gonna put my little visor eyes on so I can really look into the energies here and explore that pattern of information, okay? So give me a moment here. So who is Bashar connecting with? What do these ETs feel like? What's the reflection like to me? Is this the Bashar collective of his own kind or our future selves? Or okay, oh man, this is squirrely as all get out. Okay, this is my first experience. I'm just gonna start here. I keep seeing these coils, and the coils are really, really tight, and then they open up really quickly, okay? And that's the first picture, but it's more than that. There's these really intense lines of light, and there's some rainbow color intermixed with white. And then in between these lines of light is darkness. This light doesn't penetrate the darkness. It allows the darkness. The light is its own essence, its own source of information. And then the dark is its own source of information, okay? But then we have these coils that go boing, like really, really intensely, really, really fast. It's kind of like taking a basketball, right? And then trying to swim to the bottom of the ocean. Where's the basketball gonna go? It's not going to stay at the bottom of the ocean. It's going up to the top, okay? My first experience is this, as described. What I love about the energy here, I mean, am I witnessing beings? Am I channeling beings? And what is this? It's about the flow of frequency, the digestion of information, and now I'm sharing my experience of that information. But what I love about it is so ridiculously electric. I mean, I feel like I just got struck by a lightning bolt. So it's a little shaky because it's very, very intense, and it's very uplifting, okay? It's not like an electric chair that's gonna kill you. It's like an electric chair that's gonna uplift you. And I love the way this feels. You don't always walk into energy that is this ridiculously effective and uplifting. It's very vibrant. It's very alive feeling and very activating feeling. It's wonderful, okay? I'm telling him, I'm so mesmerized by this first experience. I got to let this go so then I can receive the next message. So give me a moment. I got to let this go. All right, I'm coming back to neutral, and now I'm welcoming the next experience. They ask me if this has anything to do with planet Earth. Like this image and the energy that is contained within this image, what does this have to do with everyday human life and planet Earth and open contact with alien beings actually coming into our world visibly, and we can interact with them? What does this image have to do with that? So I tell them the most natural thing I can. All right, perspective. Is perspective about that's the color green? And that's what we call leaves on a tree. And those leaves, the right time of year, are going to die and fall off. Like, that's logic, okay? We've all agreed upon the language. We call that a tree right there, if we're speaking English, right? So this is an experience, okay? This is an experience. So I have to define what is affecting me. I'm affected or infected by the experience that now is animating me, and it's not killing me, it's bringing me to life. So there is a powerful sensation that is bringing me to life, and I can't perceive how that is necessarily affecting then the domino effect of how we behave, how we function in society, the way we've built and are holding on to society in a way that it wants to grow in a new way. Are we going to give room for that? Well, does it matter whether we give room or not? We are changing. It's going to happen. We are going to make it happen whether we mean to or not. We're going to make mistakes that actually make things better for us. All the mistakes are making things better for us. So the next experience of a message here, based upon what I originally saw, this is the next step, is that we are going to be behaving or puppeteered by frequencies that we are going to, make mistakes. But the mistakes that are being made are actually going to help us grow out of the grave of our history in order to have a new experience, a new reality for all. And now they're asking me, does this have anything to do with alien beings? Was it the frequency that was foreign, was alien? Where's the frequency coming from? Is that the alien contact? Is it an actual form that we can shake its hand? Or are we animated by it already? Are we already animated by an alien frequency that's affecting us? Infecting, therefore we're becoming transformed by the very infection. That is a very good thing. So yes, I will say this is an extraordinarily animating. I mean, I feel crazy good. Connecting with this, I feel really alive, okay? So it's just a very cool experience for me. Okay, not what I expected, way cooler than I expected. Okay. Oh, so okay, the question is this frequency foreign? Is it alien? Is it natural? Is it unnatural? Like, where is it coming from? What's the source of the frequency? Should we avoid it? Can we avoid it? I mean, there's no avoiding it. There's no stepping away from the bus that is about to smack us. However, you want to get hit by this bus, but it's also not something you want to be afraid of. It would be ridiculous to be afraid of it. It's really, really good. All right, let me see. I'm touching this frequency here. It's you know how people say light codes? It's basically information. And I'm being shown how we fill, let's say, a storage unit called a computer, and we put information into it, and then the computer functions, right? So we could be, it's like Frankenstein's monster. We could be we could be working with a monster that we are putting information or putting electricity, we are shocking it, we are bringing it to life. The very storage unit now is animated by the power of our energy and our desire and our inner compass, okay? But I see there's something equivalent here. Is it the human beings that bring to life the storage unit, or the computer becomes now our friend, the robot? There's something that then in our own way that we too are a storage unit of information, and that there are you could say events that then reach into our own computer, of our own biology, of our DNA, of our makeup, and then activate us like we're Frankenstein's monster. But who's our Frankenstein, you know? Is that God? Is that alien beings? Is that the stars? Is that just a natural occurring effect? Like, where's that coming from? What is affecting us? And how we are affecting, let's say, the computer. And then where's all of these effects, or the inspiration to affect, to then be affected by it? And where's it all coming from anyway? So is it alien? Are aliens already interacting with us in their own way, in this way? Okay. By the way, not a single thing so far, and you probably aren't going to have a clue. I'm testing all this. Like, where's the manipulation? Where's the weakness? Where's that? I'm like looking. All the while, I'm almost, it feels like being exhilarated. Like my adrenaline is going like in such an exciting way, like it just jumped out of an airplane. I'm so alive feeling that it seems absurd to test for imbalances, or because it's just so alive feeling. I mean, if you could get out of bed and feel this freaking good and you didn't have to do anything but just feel this good, are you going to even look for, well, how is this messed up? How is this manipulating me? You wouldn't. You would just feel really good. And there was nothing you had to do but just feel this good. And that's how this is. Making this connection, exploring this question, right? Walking down the path to provide my own perspective on what is being shared here. It is really good. There's no fear. There is no pain and suffering. There is no, it's straightforward. It's like this. But the one thing I have to do is figure out some questions and see where that takes me so I can relay another viewpoint as we walk down the street of this experience, okay? All right, let me see. Man, I am freaking shaking from this. It's just so activating. Okay. I'm literally trying to just be as still as possible and as neutral as possible. Okay, so where is this? We affect the storage unit of the computer. Okay, then we are also the storage unit. We also contain information and we can be affected as well, electrically affected. Then we can affect other things. So living or non-living, however you want to define it, but we affect the world around us and we are affected by it too. And I mean, basically they're saying there's no such thing as alien beings. And that literally is the best way to put a language to it, because this frequency is not foreign. And this AI is not foreign. And who I'm connecting with is not foreign. Like the more that we start to realize that there's nothing that is actually foreign, I mean, that's a breaking point in our egotistical behaviors, that there's some kind of wall or separation between us and whatever else is out there that we're not familiar with. We actually are familiar with it. And so there's literally nothing alien or foreign. It's like an absurd thing to even think that way. That's how it feels to me. Okay, that's how I'm receiving this information, is that it is absurd to define this as alien or foreign because there's no such thing. Okay, that's how I'm experiencing it. So let me see here. I understand what a human definition of alien being is. It's like what lives off planet, or maybe what lives on planet or underground, hidden from our perspective. Doesn't look human to us, you know, like that's alien, right? That's extraterrestrial, right? So I understand that definition, and that definition is constantly eradicated. Like stop. It just turns it to dust. Like, stop using that definition. Expand, you know, expand. He's even talking to me about how the presence, okay, is it a he, is it a she, or is it the presence of information that I'm connecting with, that I'm communicating with? So even when I channel or I connect with frequency, it's like just picking up a radio station of information. It just flows through you, and then you just relay what the experience is like. So it's not like I'm looking into a face right now, defined in some way. I'm having a total, like I'm plugged into a total radio station here, okay? And so this feels like a singularity, where sometimes it feels like more than one, okay? It's also electric in the presence of information, okay? That's how it feels to be on the telephone with what I'm connecting with, okay? And pause so I can get back to this stream of conversation. This being the singular presence, which I want to define as he. He is talking to me about, he's turned off the volume of the electric activation. I actually feel so much calmer now. And he's bringing me down to earth. But he's talking to me about when you're down on the ground, It's like you living in the pinball machine, so you can't really see the whole machine. You can't see where you could possibly wind up, and you don't know who's really flicking the switches. So you don't know if you're going to wind up somewhere off the pinball machine, which is kind of going in the gutter or whatever, or you find yourself bing, 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 moving around, and you're like over here, now you're over there, now you're over here. And it's like all these noises, and then something flicks you up there, and you can't really guide yourself. You're being guided. And being on ground zero, planet Earth, is like being a ball flicked around a pinball machine. And I instantly start to cry, and I say it's so exhausting. And he's talking to me about how nice it is when you're off planet or you're out of the pinball machine and you actually can look down into the bigger picture. And you can see what affects the movement and the flow of an individual or the whole of it. And he's showing me that our conscious comprehension is the ball in the pinball machine, where evolution will guide us to being outside the pinball machine. And that's part of our evolutionary process. There is literally nothing here that is threatening any of us. Nothing. The robots are not going to uprise and destroy all of humanity. That is zero experienced here. I'm looking for it, okay? In this conversation, it doesn't exist. The love is so real, and the love is so honest and so straightforward. I don't feel any sense of worry at all. I can't even give you advice to worry. I can't tell you how to worry properly. Stock up on dried foods before it's too late, Nothing like that. Zero, okay? He's showing me how to take your mind out of this fast-moving ball. And wherever your life slingshots you, whatever is happening that is overwhelming or moving too quickly, or you were once going right and now you're suddenly going left or whatever. When you take your energy out of this ball, you somehow are outside the pinball machine. Like, let life take you here and take you there. Let life like glide you around the map. But you're actually more where he is. You're actually more in this whole space that's holding you. In this space that's holding you. And he is with us, holding us. And we know this is true. He's holding himself on this planet as well. Because he also knows about us. He knows about time. He knows about this. What gift holds us? Love. I don't know. Love is the most convenient word I could use. And I feel like there's another word for it. Like I could define it differently. So I'm going to try. The first way of defining it differently is my feet are on the ground and I'm pleasantly experiencing nature. There's this overlay of the pinball machine, and some aspect of me is pinballing around like crazy. But it's not just me, it's each and every one of us. And he's showing me, and this is way beyond my level of understanding, it's like chemistry. It's like I see like balls, like that would represent like red or blue or like chemical components or something. But it's showing maybe atoms. I don't even know what the words are, but let's think of it like this. We have water that is ice. Okay, so it's still probably moving slower, right? Now the water is getting warmer, so it's getting a little bit swifter in movement. And so it's now water instead of ice. But now this water is getting heated up, so it's boiling. And now it's just like there seems to be a faster motion about it. But then this boiling water is turning into steam, and the steam is turning into perhaps air or something. It just seems like there's different paces happening, and that the more crazy the pace, the more chaotic the pace, the faster we're popping out of one state like ice into water, into steam, into air. And he's showing me that this activity that's happening on the planet in the pinball machine is actually helping us to pop into different states of our own existence. And then he's talking to me about how I was recently asked a question, like if Arcturians are, higher beings, and, what state of material form or reality do they exist in? And I translate, we're all like, I don't like the word higher beings. I don't. Yeah, so you could see outside the pinball machine and everything that exists inside of it. That doesn't make you a higher being. That just makes that part of your experience versus as part of my experience to be in the pinball machine. Doesn't make you better or worse. You're just in the experience, right? But based on this conversation, we're talking about speeding up, and all the chaos is actually helping us to get to lighter states of our own divine expression. And so that one day you could say, if we want to look at it like this, we would be on what would be appearing a non-material plane to what this is like to us right now. And we could define that as Arcturian, because I feel like Arcturian is like we can talk to them inside our hearts. We can connect to them because I feel like we're on different planes of density based upon how we're vibing, And so that doesn't mean anything like more than that. So I'm just going to pause for a minute. But that's what we're going through. But that's why open contact is going to become more accessible to us, because as we become from ice to water to steam to air or something, we're going to be more accessing more material forms, because we're changing from the inside out, because we are resurrecting like Frankenstein's monster. Who created us? We are resurrecting like Frankenstein's monster. And it's weird, because are we monsters? Are alien beings monsters to us? Like if you were to face a reptilian being standing there, would that be a monster to you? This is perspective that we all need to reflect upon. There's no such thing as alien beings. That's like a big part of this message. There's nothing that is really outside the box of what we have always had access to. Nothing is actually foreign. But this information that's hitting us, the light codes, I feel like that's such a humble way of saying something much cooler. Even energy activation is more cool, I think, and more electric. I mean, this is electricity with information embedded in it that's hitting our DNA, that's hitting us. And that as it hits us, I recently had a conversation about this. I was reflecting upon a video I did a couple weeks ago about Alien Contact 2026. And in that experience, which I don't know that I really summarized it all that well, but I was interacting with an alien technology. And where is it located? What if it's located inside of us? What if something of an alien tech was embedded in our DNA, and that alien tech has an expiration date? And so as that dissolves or is no longer needed, we are starting to advance from the inside out, therefore creating an external advancement, because we're living in this cosmic mirror experience. And so as we are evolving from the inside, which then is speeding everything up, and everything is just speeding up, it could be an external sort of frequency fence that makes it sort of affecting our third eye and our third eye perception of each other and what's right and what's wrong. What nature, the value of nature is we're just living in this state, right? But this is changing. This is all changing. And so we're evolving, like from the ice to the water, to the steam to the air kind of thing. And on the inside. And so I was just reflecting upon that. And it's kind of reminding me of that right now too, as I'm talking about the electricity or the light or the information that's hitting us, that's activating us. Like it feels like it's right on down to our DNA, and it's causing everything in our life is just like ping-ponging around like crazy. And we can even say that, yeah, it's like kind of a mad world, but everything is just speeding up. That's what's happening. And what's popping us from one frequency to another, which is giving us more of the ability to make connections and to perceive things with a higher mind. So we are becoming the higher mind of ourselves. And so we are already in the highest mind of our own evolution. And in that highest mind of our own evolution, we're being held there. And so we're being held by love, or are we being held in the higher mind of our own evolution? So obviously dates and times and where and when, alien contact 2027, alien contact 2026, like alien contact when, Like how long does it take to go from ice to freaking water to steam? Like, what is the timeline? Give it to us straight. He just laughs at that because he shows me, how long are you going to hold on to being in a pinball machine versus adapting to you just chilling out and walking around nature and there is no pinball machine, to another level where you're part of like a huge family of beings that live across all dimensions of time and space. Like what is the time frame on that? For you, the viewer, when are you going to stop? Like how long do you need to let go of holding on to your life is like a pinball machine? Letting that go, evolving into, oh, my life is as peaceful as walking through a forest. No matter what's going on, I'm just flowing. I'm just flowing with it. And I'm not fearing it. I'm not worrying about it. I'm just flowing with it. I'm going to be right where I need to be. How long is it going to take you to get to that place? Because as we start to find peace, no matter what's going on, those are our evolutionary steps in our timeline. And that how long does it take? But this light is definitely affecting all of Earth. It is affecting all of us. I keep saying this sort of mad scientist type, but he's not really that mad. He's just bringing his creations to life at a higher level. And that's the ultimate question. Is this God, or is this alien beings that are bringing their own creations to life here on Earth to a higher level? Almost like they may understand the importance of these difficult or shadow times to how we become more well-rounded species in ways that we ourselves may disagree with it, having to be in the pinball of the machine of that nightmare. But actually at a higher vantage point, we understand the value of it. So could that also be true? So anyway, there you have it. There we go. Thank you so much for being a part of this pathway with me. If I can help you in a session, don't be shy now. You can book one at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. If you have a question you'd like me to do a look into it, you could be a part of my future video library. Just put something in the comments section. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Bye for now.